Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and eager student wizard adventurer. Welcome to my Let's Play series where I live stream video games, currently twice a week on Mondays and Fridays. This is episode number 5 of my Mage's Initiation, Reign of the Elements series. If you enjoy my videos, consider supporting me via patreon.com/roguewatson. Shout out to platinum patrons Andrew, Brian, Richard, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Crazy Pat, and Nick. And gold patrons RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy, Yuma, Marcos, Dude, Vicente, Gilberto, Sean, aka Certain to be Adam, Dead Lizard Lounge, and Sam. Thank you all very much for your support. It's time to initiate some more mages. Just the one mage, I guess. I believe we finally did figure out the puzzle that had stumped me really badly last time, which was the stupid feathers of the windmill thing, which we've got now. So I'm that lazy, I'm just going to use this to go up there. Let's talk to this guy, and now we should be able to get credit to go to...
Can you take me to Hawkane's Perch?
Hawkane. I built your stupid windmill. Forgot your son got shot and left his feathers all over the canyon wall. Alright, will you let me through, lady?
You may enter and present your gift.
Thanks.
Using my son's feathers
bigger on the
without his
inside.
permission is highly offensive. I
Oh.
refuse your gift. Leave my perch immediately.
Oh no! Did I screw that up? Oh no, really? That's it?
The windmill looks complete to me.
Well... Okay, let's talk to what's-his-face then. Is there one last step I have to do? Paint them as something else, maybe?
That is a fine gift. Are those my feathers?
Yeah. Sorry.
Do not be. My father will want to know you had my blessing to use them. Hold it still while I scratch my mark into the wood.
Already offended your father, but sure.
There. My father should approve now.
Alright. Had to talk to the son first. Stupid. Graceful as always.
You may enter.
Now do you like my stupid windmill?
An insightful gift. My son listens well to his father's tales. What do you call this?
A windmill.
Windmill. Falk is as I was in my youth.
I do love this guy's voice.
Too much so, I think. But the past is
Portrait art's
dead,
really good, too.
as are those who were taken from us. Only the future matters.
Okay.
As you can see, the evidence held to the light casts the darkest shadow over our human neighbors.
Is it?
Go ahead. Observe the items if you must.
Be a detective.
2 items of value only to humans were discovered in separate perches. What does it matter what was stolen?
Dude.
That these thefts happened at all is the most pertinent fact. If you must know, they were grooming implements, adornments, small things of that nature.
How am I supposed to help you with your investigation? You don't even tell me what the hell was stolen.
The thefts occurred in separate locations. Condur can take you to those perches.
I already know where one of them is, but I just can't quite get it yet.
Should you ever travel beyond this realm, my personal life.
Stop asking me questions. Fair enough.
Evidence of the alleged thefts.
A gauntlet and a smoking pipe.
The owner was evidently a smoker, and I don't think the Flyterians have taken up such vices yet. The mouthpiece is made of brass. A leather gauntlet with brass buckles and silver studs, made for a smallish hand. A leather... Just an empty area of the wooden bench top.
They had a description for the table. Only things I can... Okay. Really don't know much.
This depiction... A sundial great... Not even our most powerful mages can turn back time.
Oh, Miss Kitty.
With my luck, it contains week-old leftovers.
So not actually much I can do in here, but I think I've got access to more areas of the city now, I guess.
I've no right to bear it. Whatever it contains, it is not for my eyes to see.
This character does not know he's in an adventure game. He refuses to pick up anything.
Hawkane, chief of the Flyterians.
Alright, so...
The Flyterians did an incredible job building their perches around the trees.
I guess we'll go talk to Conjure and look at the other stuff. The evidence of the theft is the only thing I had to actually interact with in here. You're no help, chief asshole. Meanwhile, Captain Codpiece, however...
Halt, human.
Oh, she wouldn't even let me back in. Captain Codpiece. There we go. Perch where smoking pipe was found.
Can you take me to the perch where the smoking pipe was found?
And massage my shoulders while you do it.
I didn't come here to collect random keepsakes.
Yes, you did. This is an adventure game. You need to pick up everything. Damn you, Dark.
Perhaps the thief knocked this candle down while fleeing.
Perhaps. Oh, is that another one of those poster
A
papers?
torn scrap of paper. It might be a clue.
I need those. Part of that poster. Yeah.
I do not complete it.
Oh, you'll open this chest, though.
Locked.
Oh.
Probably boring private stuff anyway.
He talks himself out of it.
It's locked. Chances are the owner has the key. I am not a huge tea drinker.
I'll be taking this candle, though. Possible use could I have for it? I don't know.
I prefer feathers on the inside of my bed. These are likely seldom drawn. Drapes offer seclusion from the valley's populace. A pictureless portrait. I should probably leave them where they are.
Alright, so I've got a candle and
Incredible. A book you can take without getting magically teleported to your private hall. They have already been plucked for convenience.
Alright, I've interacted with everything.
Standard.
Oh, wait.
And then there were 3. And then
Can you put the candle there?
I'll keep it with me.
Alright. You never know when you need an unlit candle. Fair enough. Oh, there's scratch marks here.
These marks must have been made by the owner, like a claim on the perch itself.
Oh, okay.
The rug was probably valuable until a massive hole was cut out of the middle. I have no desire to collect, assess, or sell rugs for a living.
Oh, man. Character's such a jackass. Alright, I guess I got what I needed for here.
Can you take me to the perch where the studded gauntlet was found?
The other gauntlet, please. the other perch. Hopefully I'll find the other torn paper. Is this gonna be copy-pasted room? Are these prefab perches? No, slightly different. Yep, there's another piece of paper.
A torn scrap of paper.
Score. Can't actually interact with anything on the table.
None of these items.
Is the closet locked?
It's locked.
No. Fruit scraps. Can take fruit
The
scraps.
Flyterians are not vegetarians. These scraps of fruit must have come from produce outside of the valley.
Produce? What?
The Flyterian.
Same thing. Alright, I got the 2 items I guess I need to get in here.
These depict.
These are all just clues. Oh, he actually didn't pick up the fruit, he just made a note of it. I guess I need to talk to the fruit lady then. That's the only
Some scraps of half-eaten
person that sells fruit.
soups and stews must be popular in this perch. Incredible. Drapes
Okay, I'll stop looking at drapes.
reminds me of one of Bort's less amusing quips.
Alright.
A cozy abode for a lover of heights. This is the
I-
perch where the silver-studded gauntlet was found.
I need to go back to town then. Can I just go back to town from here? You don't have any other information, do you? Valley floor, village overlook. Yeah, so it's easier for me to actually teleport. If we teleport to... I think the Mage's Tower is actually the closest. We need to talk to the fruit seller lady, and then hopefully we've got enough pieces to complete that poster. Alright, fruit lady. What the hell? Yeah.
Fruit scraps in the Flyterian village. From my stall, you say?
Yes, they were spread across the floor at the scene of a theft.
I am short a few apples and a banana, but I'd wager it was those children who like playing nearby. They're certainly
Blame it on the
fast.
children.
May I take a closer look?
They went missing from the crate behind me. Wasteland burrower.
These are the way. It would be prudent to pay for them.
Well, I just asked if I could look behind.
The fruit seller would.
There we go. Had to click on the right group. Hey, it's a glinty glint.
Something is glinting in the light. The fruit scraps in the Flyterian perch likely came from here. Might this brass button have come from the Flyterian village somehow? I should ask around.
Not to you, apparently. Tavin. Not to you either. Okay. Roll 'em. Well, I can fix your poster, hopefully. Let's see. Oh no, I'm still missing one. No, I'm still missing a piece. There's one more piece left. Curses. Okay.
They say,
Who am I supposed to ask around? Maybe the bar? Might be the better area. To the tavern. See long, have you seen anything? Nope. Not a whole lot of NPCs I can actually talk to. Hug. Well, crap. Who am I supposed to
Watch your back out.
fucking talk to? Bartender knows nothing. Okay.
Don't you want to...
Maybe I'm supposed to use the,
It wouldn't really go with my tunic.
I'm supposed to use the button on people?
Brass buttons aren't legal tender.
Thanks, boss.
Shiny. Hardly worth a nail.
At least they actually have responses, I'll give them that.
I found this on the ground
There you
nearby. Did you notice who dropped it?
Even that which is common is not known to all.
Simple no would suffice, my friend. Actually have to use it on people.
I found this on the ground.
No,
Okay. Roll 'em.
I found this on the ground nearby. Did you
Let me see that. Ah, that's the insignia of Ignore. Anyone enacting official duty on behalf of Lord Magile wears a uniform adorned with identical buttons.
do such important people grace your stall with their presence?
Every day. Why do you ask?
I'm investigating a theft.
I had no
Under
idea
no
mages
authority.
concerned themselves with the trivialities of us lesser folk.
They don't. These thefts occurred in the Flyterian village, possibly by lesser folk, as you say. Do you know who might have dropped this particular button?
Oh, well, nobody comes to mind, I'm sorry to say. Then again, I've never paid close attention to those of the favored quarter. No sense feeding one's envy.
If there's a connection between the displaced fruit and button, I may find it in the Flyterian Valley.
That was helpful. Hey Blanky, you can... I should have some media contact information on the banner header of the YouTube page, or you can go to roguewatson.com and find contact info there. That's my website. Yeah, either email, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, but I'm excited to look at it. That sounds awesome. So, Flyterian Valley. I just use this on all the people there. Can do that. Teleport back here.
I am not permitted.
Oh shit, that's right. Stupid lesser folk. Can't handle my magics. God, without fast travel, this game would be just a non-starter. I'm very glad they added that. That is a good thing that the game did, modernizing of these old adventure games. It's still a lot of running back and forth, but it would have been way worse without that teleporting. Let's go to Falcon.
Can you
He's pretty much the only person I can talk to in here. Use button on Falk.
Strange. I've seen something like that in my cousin's perch. Pekon found it there 2 days ago. We thought it might be a coin of some sort from your town.
You didn't mention this to your father?
It did not seem important. I mean, nothing was stolen.
I should take a look anyway. Can you direct me to your cousin's perch?
Of course. It is on the western side of the valley. Pekon is visiting the Sharpstone Mountains today, but I can permit you entry. Ask Condur. He knows the way.
Yet another perch. Conjure. Beckon.
Can you take me to Pekon's perch?
Without speaking, please. Oh, wonderful, Conjure. The best kind of lift. Get it? Lift! Because I'm flying through the air. We have fun here. Alright, Peckin. You've got breadcrumbs on the floor.
Scattered breadcrumbs.
Ah, there's another torn paper. We found it. That's the last of the papers. For his poster. We can complete the poster now and get one of the stolen goods. That's good.
Locked.
Locked. All your shit is locked. It's always all locked.
It's locked.
Why do I try?
Even Falk's scratch marks are larger than these. This is the perch of Falk's cousin Pekon. Scattered bread. These breadcrumbs may have come from the market quarter, just as the fruit scraps did.
Alright. Well, I guess the big important thing is we got that other scrap of paper here. So once we complete that, maybe things will add up, because I don't think there's anything else in here.
Relatives? Local historical figures? Whoever they aren't being helpful.
I would guess relatives.
They aren't out of place.
Alright, let's get out of here. So let's teleport back to town. Where is this puzzle going? Mr. Bread Seller. I've got your thingy. I'm very excited to complete this. Oops. Boom.
Thank you. It's heartening to find that there are still decent folk left in the world. I think that's worth more than coin. I've no idea how valuable this feather comb is. Still, it's yours if you want it.
Sucker. He values friendship. I'll take that feather comb. Excellent. That's gotta be one of the stolen items then.
I can't imagine how my bread could wind up in the valley. I thought all Flyterians were meat eaters.
So, okay. We're gonna find... Yeah, because he's the meat seller. Why didn't we find his stuff? Alright, should I just go and turn in this comb then?
It wasn't designed to brush human hair.
There's nothing else I can actually talk to people with. I can't teleport here. Damn it. We gotta get out of town. Run, Dark. Alright, so now that we turn in... Got the feather comb. Who wants it?
Can you take...
I should turn into the chief, right? How many things was he actually missing? Alright, will you let me in?
Halt, human.
But I got a comb.
She would not be interested in that.
Why would she not? talk to Falk. You be interested in it, Falk?
Where did you find that?
In Ignor's market quarter.
That's more than a little odd. I recognize the markings on the handle. They belong to the widow Parla, but she's been sequestered in mourning for the past month. I
Another
imagine you
perch.
still wish to visit her perch, though.
You imagine correctly.
My goodness.
Condor can fly you there.
Alright, this village is a lot bigger than I expected. Although I appreciate that they cheapened out by just having it fly to like individual houses rather than walking around a bunch of big village screens. Conjure, my man. One more perch, please.
Can you take me to the perch of the widow Parla?
I'm sure she appreciates the widow affix. You could just call me Parla, thank you.
Where are you, my darling? I wait for you. There you are. What have you brought for me today?
This isn't creepy at all.
Oh, thank you. I know you love me, but you must stop bringing me these trinkets. Where do you get them from? It is not safe, my darling, especially not now. I would never tell anyone it was you. It will always be our secret. We are good at keeping secrets, are we not? No one will ever know who you really are.
What is going on? My character just walks out. What? Do I not get to fucking talk to her?
I should not disturb Parla until I have presented the necessary...
Oh, okay. I guess I missed what was going on. I thought I was actually going to talk to her. She's using the bird to steal shit?
Follow that magpie.
Oh. What? And I'm stranded. Well, nothing to do now.
The magpie flew to an outcropping in the mountains. The smell of the area prevented me from investigating further. I can take you there, if you like.
Conjure, look at you, man. You should be bested by a bad smell. What am I looking for? Outcropping? Is that the new one?
Can you take me to the outcropping?
The place where the bad smell smelled bad. That is a new screen.
According to Condor, the stench from within the cave is too strong for him. Funny, I can't smell anything.
Huh. Have a better sense of smell. Let's go and give it the old save here. Just for funsies. Although it doesn't seem like you can actually die very easily in this game. Cave mouth. Gasp.
It's too dark to make out any details in that part of the cavern.
Oh, there's a lantern sitting
The
here.
silhouette of... The wick is dry, but I can't light the lamp because the flint is missing.
Okay. Do I have anything I can use? Chain of dagger? Can I make a spark, maybe? Yes? No? Use dagger on lantern?
I can't use that item.
Nope. Okay. How about use the
Using a
candle?
candle to light the lantern might be a good idea if the candle were lit.
Alright, game. I'm a jackass. I understand. I needed to light said candle. God damn it. Alright. If only I were a fire mage and not a stupid earth mage. Conjure, I need you to take me to fire. Like, literally. Hell, I don't know. Any of them, right? Can I just light my candle via a fucking fireplace somewhere? Tavern's got a fireplace. This is just like that one quest where I had to light the incense burner. Fire mages got off easy. I had to do the legwork.
My candle is now burning.
Ho ho ho. This candle's burning. Alright. Now, arduously teleport back. And then phase 2 of fast travel as we talk to Conjurer.
Can you take...
This is in keeping with the genre though, it's a whole lot of running back and forth between the same screens. Every once in a while adding a new screen. And I do appreciate all the fast travel opportunities. Get in the cave, you jackass. Alright, use lit candle on a lantern. Ooh. Some bodies.
The missing envoys, I presume. The burns suggest they were killed by flame projectiles, like the one that struck Falk. Lord Magail's guards may have been ordered to assassinate them. But for what purpose? Furthermore, why leave them here? And how did the perpetrator move them up here without being noticed? There is another more disturbing possibility, which I had better keep to myself for now.
Oh, do tell. Oh, shit. Oh, balls. Oh, they've got like my spells. Assholes. Three enemies. Damn it. Can't even. There we go.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
Shit, I ran out of mana for once.
Not enough.
This is a bullshit fight. Maybe I should try to entangle one of these guys. There we go. That works much better. Kill one of them at least. Slowly die. As I throw rocks at you. Die. Oh, goodness. I'm gonna end up spending all of my things though. What is he doing now? Fortunately, none of my spells are particularly good against those guys. Alright, now can I investigate it without a bullshit fight?
The dead envoy's clothing is ripped to shreds. 2 missing brass buttons have been torn from his doublet.
Okay. So there's one more brass button out there somewhere, right? Do I investigate all of them, or is that just the same one? Oh, they're all different.
This
That's
envoy
the
wears a
glove.
single gauntlet, matching the one I saw in Hawkane's perch.
There's some gruesome bodies. This is the smoking pipe guy, I guess?
What is this?
Ooh.
A conductor? It's like mine, only it has a stylized symbol on it. 2 half circles, slid apart along a dividing line. I have found out all I can. I need to see Hawkane.
Oh, cutscene.
You have shown perseverance in your search for the truth. Most surprising for a human. You have also brought proof that these thefts were but the acts of a mere magpie and its misguided caretaker. Guard, bring her in.
This random other character that we only recently met.
You summoned me, noble Hawkane.
Your magpie is responsible for the recent plight surrounding our missing property. Failure to disclose this almost edged us into war.
My darling is innocent. I know him better than you know your own son.
Claw carefully, Parla. While every soul of flight may expect our care, your pet is just that, and no more than a scavenger.
You will not speak about my husband that way.
Your husband? Parla, your husband is dead. Like my wife. While we both feel their loss still, there is no returning from the higher world.
But he has come back to me. I knew it the day he died, when I first saw my beloved in his new form.
We have heard enough. Guard, return her to her perch, and keep watch lest her pet return to cause more mischief.
Do not hurt my darling. He must not be kept from me.
It appears you were right, and that my son's trust was well placed. Falk grows quickly, something I have overlooked in seasons past. He has coped with the dishonor dealt him better than I could have expected.
He will succeed you admirably when his day comes. No small impairment can change that.
I will tell him you said
Speaks
so.
like that.
Perhaps I have been too hasty to judge the humans we have protected so long. The discovery of the envoys changes everything.
Envoys.
Their disappearance was clearly not my people's doing, though some in Ignor may believe otherwise. Yet I do not comprehend why humans would kill their own in such a manner.
I don't believe the assault on Falk was motivated by mislaid revenge, yet I am sure it is related somehow to the envoy's demise. A lot of trouble has been taken to break your long-held alliance.
It almost succeeded.
The nature of their deaths also disturbs me, for reasons, with your forgiveness, I do not wish to discuss. I promise you, Chief Hawkane, to find out all I can as soon as my remaining tasks are completed. Once initiated, I will have greater authority to investigate on your behalf.
I would be grateful for that. Is there anything I can do to expedite proceedings?
Yes, my master sent me to collect a single Griffin's egg. Can you help me?
I can tell you where to find the Griffins. They nest in the mountains west of here, and are difficult creatures to
Conjure
approach, let alone take something from. Avoid detection when approaching the nests. Conceal yourself whenever possible. If you should be seen, you can expect an aggressive response. Act as some of our lesser kindred. Duck. Also, know that harming them or their unhatched young would do great dishonor to my people. If you are ready, my guard will take you to the Griffin's nests. Farewell.
Goodbye, Chief Hawkane, and thank you.
Alright, I guess I've
One last thing,
completed the
human.
Flyterian section.
These eyes see more than your kind could ever hope to behold, and see more still when they look upon yours. Hunger is a trait common upon many, for what one wants and cannot have. Be wary of such desires.
Thank you, Chief Hawkane.
Thanks, Dad. Alright, let's give it the old Savarooski before we go trap sizing after Griffins. So can I equip the no, I can't. Not sure how to use this stylized conductor.
I already have my own conductor, and dual wielding is something of a lost art.
Okay. So the
Can you
Griffin
take me
egg.
to the Griffin nesting grounds?
Meet me on the western plateau once you have the egg.
Oh, Lord. What are you trying to do, game? So I don't think you can see it, my webcam's blocking it, but I've got like arrow keys and a space bar in the middle. This is... Okay. So I press up, I jump up. Let's go up here. Can't even save my game right now. So I just have to move while the Griffin's patrolling. Okay. Oh. Oh. Ah! He does kill me. Should have been more stealthy. Let's load the autosave. Autosave will do us well here. Alright, so Griffin goes. Let's move up. Can we jump? Ah! Oh, this is just trial and error. This is stupid. When do we move right? And then move. We should get that egg over there. Oh, it's an empty shell. It's really a timed puzzle. That's the worst. Come on. Am I hiding properly? Oh, no. Okay. The attack option occasionally. up from here, though. Let's just keep moving back and forth like that. Cast stone pellet. I guess to distract it. It's weird. Sometimes I do that. Duck! Duck. Maybe now I can... Oh, shit. I wonder if I need to have him make the avalanche. Shoot it in the back of the head. I wonder. Shit. Except once you attack it, it comes right for you. Am I hiding now, or will he still come after me? Okay, if you duck, you're okay. Don't go that way, you idiot. Duck. 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 Search the nest. We just take them all?
A clutch. I can only.
Assuming with a good egg. Get out of here. As long as I just continually jump or duck, should be okay. Oof. Let's give it one more duck. That do it?
I have summoned you again in response to a disturbing report. Tell me truthfully, did you attack one of our griffins?
I had no choice.
You knew the...
Yes, Chief Hawking.
That may be, but it is... He pledged his honor, his
Oh, no.
very life against your conduct. It is he who will pay the price.
You're going to kill him?
Though the terms of your arrival were made clear, I will not discount your prior service
Oh my
to
God.
us.
That's
Like
terrible.
yourself, Falk will be banished from Flyteria, never again to lay eyes upon
Forgot
its
about the no
law.
attacking thing.
Falk is only a boy.
He is more a man than you realize, for he will accept his fate as one.
But he is your son.
I have no son.
Jesus.
Think upon what you have done today. The price of honor weighs too great against your master's petty requests. Go now, and never set foot in our realm again.
Jesus, I didn't realize I screwed that up so badly. reload my save, but is it gonna pop me? Okay, if it gives me a chance to reload, I might try it again without attacking.
Begone, you.
Man, everybody's pissed off at me. Alright, so we'll save. Ignore. Let's try. Let's do it without attacking then. Fly back the other way. Oops. Get out of there, my man. Shit. He's after your ass now. Okay, well now it's just a question of doing the same thing I just did. So it discovers you either way. Alright, so it's actually pretty easy to do without attacking.
I should wait for the Griffin.
Fair enough. How's that? Slightly better. Alright, don't get a cutscene though, that's interesting. Unique cutscene only if you screw up and not if you do it right. I've got the Griffin's egg. Means I have completed trial number 2. I do believe.
I could try to discover where this stylized conductor came from. The training hall would be a good start. Or I could just get on with my trials.
Want this optional quest or not? I suppose I could give it the old college try. Pyraise, my man. What do you know about this thing?
That symbol. It looks vaguely familiar, but I can't quite place it. Where did you say you found this?
Are you the same voice as Hawkane? Because I really like your voice. So soothing and baritone.
What? Lord Magail's own envoys? You had better not be
Envoys.
fabricating
Damn
this
it,
for your
people.
own amusement. At my age, I do not take kindly to immature pranks.
I assure you, Master Pyraise, that I speak only the truth.
If what you say is accurate, then one of our own. No, we must not jump to conclusions. Was there anything else?
Dude's got spikes on his robes, by the way. I don't know if you can trust that.
Someone attacked the Flyterian heir? In this current climate, that is tantamount to treason. Whoever is responsible, mage or no, will be severely punished. Young Dark, you have my full authority to investigate this and discover all you can. We must see this wretched criminal incinerated. I mean, brought to justice. I should not have spoken so. Forgive me. Though the flame may dwindle, it flares all the same. I'm afraid from what you have told me that the culprit is undeniably a mage. for none else could have used a conductor. Also, the deceased's injuries, as you've described them, and the telling choice of tactic used to cripple the Flyterian prince implicates a fire mage.
Indeed.
Whoever is behind this, whatever the motives, I feel certain that this is not the end of it. I am sure you have reached the same conclusion. Enlist whatever help you must, but be selective. We do not yet know if this traitor to the peace had an ally or accomplice. Use caution. Why don't you show the symbol on the conductor to that young earth mage? He is certain to know something, or at least could point you in the right direction.
Thank you, Master Pyres. I will not fail you.
I have no doubt of that, but do not thank me. I fear this task, on the day of your initiation no less, will teach you more than you would wish to learn.
I fear the game almost holds my hand a little too much. It immediately tells you, like, hey, you should go talk to this person next, rather than trust me that I know, like, kind of which character I need to talk to. Like, I appreciate it giving me some hints. You know, there's not, like, quest markers or anything, so that part is nice, but, like, yeah, that was literally going to be the next person I would talk to.
Initiate.
Boss.
Do not allow prejudice to blind you, or our killer may yet slip through your fingers.
Made it through the second round? I'll have to change my bet.
What?
I'm joking, Dark.
Of
You
course
son
you
of a bitch. I never joke about that.
I have mine somewhere. Haven't used it since I lost a bet and had to duel Duggan in the Botanic Hall. Those bruises taught me a valuable lesson. Books beat brass.
Bort, do you know anything about this?
Now that symbol rings a chime.
He's got a book for everything.
I've got it. You should be able to find the book you're looking for. Go ahead.
Mages or miscreants. When you have information, but you don't want to use voice acting, it's a book. One of the difficulties in training initiates is their tendency to embrace fanciful ideology. On occasion, it has been necessary to correct the more extreme notions of grandeur and autonomy. An example of this is the Great Hall's prompt action in dealing with a group of renegade mage youths from the little-known province of Ignor, self-termed the Severed Circle. Though their aims beyond establishing an independent mage's tower were unclear, the high mages of Dominatra acted swiftly to bring these errant idealists into line. None of the dozen core members of this ephemeral group, all of the fire persuasion, were punished beyond what was deemed fair, and many have gone on to lead successful, albeit humbler lives. The sole exception was the group's ringleader, who somehow managed to evade detection and capture. He alone was to be brought before the tribunal to answer for his acts of insurrection. As it stands, naught has been heard of him since the day of his disappearance. So, game, are you telling me you're not going to introduce the villain until the third act?
Not all of them moved on, it seems. It's a shame the members of this group are not listed. Who was this ringleader?
Go back and talk to Pyres, I guess, since he would know fire mages.
Phileum won't speak to me.
Bort, do you have anything else to say?
To be honest, I do not know much more than you do.
There's a twist.
I haven't read everything, you know. Not yet, anyway. Tell you what, why don't you ask Jonas?
Was that supposed...
Stranger things have happened. Sorry I can't help you further. Why the sudden interest in this, if I may ask? You were never this keen on local history.
Let's just say it's for personal reasons and leave it at
I
that.
can't tell him you're investigating.
Alright, fine. If you don't want to tell me.
I can't trust
That's
anybody.
just it. I'm not sure what to tell you yet.
Secretive and enigmatic. Look, I do not mean to pry.
Thank you, Bort.
Don't mention it. To be honest,
There...
Damn it, I did not mean to click on that. Alright, let's go make the rounds to all the people again. Observation hall. Jonas.
Kindly get out of the way.
Jonas, can you tell me about the severed
Severed square, severed sphere, severed...
circle? Jonas, I need you to look at something and think back. Bort said you might be able to...
Not right now. I am observing a rare mating ritual between a pair of scaled sparrows.
Damn it,
They
Jonas.
spend less than 2% of their time out of the water. Shireen told me about them. Fascinating woman, isn't she? What was I saying? Oh yes, the sparrows.
As you wish, Jonas. Shouldn't be too difficult.
What's that?
Nothing.
Kindly get out of the way.
His focus is on the telescope. Maybe I can attract his attention that way.
Can I just grab it?
Jonas is too preoccupied with it.
Can I put on the telescope?
I can't use that.
I don't have anything to put on the damn telescope.
I can't use... It has a good range.
Kindly get out of... Kindly...
Okay. Subdued wasps. Wasp his
I
ass.
can't use...
Use the wasps on him.
He's too engrossed to even glance up.
Oh, it's
Great
conductor
mists of Marleyeen!
there. Overthought it.
Recognize something?
That symbol. Have I seen it somewhere before?
Many years ago. You were here when a group of young mages tried to break away from...
I've got it! It was many years ago. A group of young mages tried to break away from our order. Not a bad memory,
Second to none, Jonas.
I seem to recall that the ringleader was never found. What was his name? A bearded chap? But then the fire types do like their beards, don't they? Something along the lines of Brasham, that's it.
Brasham? What else can you tell me about him?
Who?
Please, Jonas, concentrate. Brasham.
Shireen.
What? No.
She knew him.
Really?
Quite well, I think.
I will do that.
Just go talk to all the NPCs of this tower, basically. Making the rounds.
I am
of the last
glad you
one.
have returned safely from the mountains. Jonas assured me you would be all right among the Flyterians, but I was worried all the same.
I am fine, Shireen. Honest.
Why would I... That was long ago, and I was a very young initiate at the time.
But you remember something about it.
I have no specific memory, I'm afraid.
To what extent? I thought you said you didn't remember anything.
Only vague recollections.
How about Brasham?
How do you know about... no, I cannot help you.
What?
How do you know? You found this? Where?
On the dead body of Lord Magail's envoy. You knew someone called Brasham who led a group represented by this symbol. Do you think he had anything to do with this?
No, I do not believe it. Brasham would never...
Shireen, I have to know. I am investigating on behalf of our masters. One of us did this. A fire mage, most likely. If you can tell me anything.
All right. But you must promise not to judge him prematurely, okay? I have ways to tell if you are lying.
I know that well enough. And yes, I promise.
Very well. Where shall I begin?
In the beginning.
He and I... No, it starts long before that. Brasham had a troubled past. Even at the age of 6, setting foot in Igenor's tower for the first time, there was anger in his eyes. Yet, from the moment we met, I felt a connection. I saw him as the younger sibling I never had. As years passed, we grew closer. Our relationship changed. I could sense the burn of his anguish waning. By the time we were both initiated, well, let us say the wisdom of our forebears blinded them to the success of such pairings. It was around this time that Brasham had involved himself with a group of like-minded men. Boys, really, who believed the old ways were the better ways. You know our history, from a time when mages ruled with harsh words and harsher magic, before giving that awful task over to our giftless brethren.
The Nogs.
Dark!
I'm sorry. Non-mages.
That's better. It was not long before this company, young minds veiled by pride and recklessness, began planning a breakaway from the Order of Dominatra. They petitioned the initiates, even the younger ones, to join their cause, allowing their message to spread to nearby towns. They barely spared a thought for what might follow. Yet, even here, so far from the capital, their activities were noticed. The authorities arrived without announcement or fanfare, and like a silent whirlwind, rounded up the guilty parties. When Brasham found me, his face full of fear, I saw the once sunken anger resurfacing in those beautiful eyes. I had to help him, lest he cause harm to himself or others. I used my powers of deception and influence, the most potent of water gifts, to shield him from any who might seek him out. As per the limitations of my magic, he would be forced to stay within the boundaries of Igenor. Nor could he draw near our tower, for those who watch on our High Master's behalf would surely detect him.
Were you not suspected of aiding him?
Few knew Brasham and I were... Let's just say we were discreet. Of course, I was questioned along with most others, even required to gaze into a sphere of truth, normally reserved for those dreadful interrogations. I passed their flawed tests. How could I confess to having helped a criminal when I had never known anyone I'd termed such?
Very clever.
A fluid mind cannot be broken.
Where is Brasham now?
The only place he could find solitude and relative safety. Bloodbark Forest.
Can you be more specific?
I cannot. My magic conceals him, but it works both ways. So long as he stays within my field of influence, he is hidden from my sight, as from all others.
How can I find him?
You will need the most precious of gifts, your senses.
Great.
If you do find him, remember your promise to me, and tell him that I...
What?
Nothing. It doesn't matter. I wish you luck, and may you discover who is truly behind these horrible events. Brasham is innocent. I know him better than we do our elements, and may mine forgive me for saying so. Brasham had one, as did all those who belonged to that group.
Just the one?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Wish this hadn't come so relatively later in the game. This is kind of interesting.
The Tower of... Now don't tell anyone, but I received a note from Jonas.
Don't worry.
think that's all I learned, is that the villain is somewhere in Bloodbark Forest, but won't be able to find him. Save this is like Act 2, I guess. Turn in the egg.
You have succeeded a second time, Initiate Dark. It is evident that your mentor's faith was not misplaced.
Your compassion and diplomacy will hold you in good stead with the Flyterians for many years to come.
The Griffin's egg, as precious and sacred as that which mothered it, will be returned to its keepers at the conclusion of your trial. Care for it well.
It is time to look to the forest, where your most difficult and dangerous task lies waiting. Let your element guide you.
Meanwhile, Tavern's back. Ooh, do I get another little animated cartoon cutscene? I do.
I came like you asked, Pug. What is this all
That's
about?
so quiet.
I wanted to introduce you. This is...
Names are not important at this time. Please, sir, sit. Have a drink.
What is this then? Want to know how real men have a good time? Ah! The ale's boiling!
Ooh, so it is.
Show off.
Let me pour you another. A good time, you say? I would think you've more pressing priorities.
So this is the Brasham guy.
Such a regrettable history deserves recompense. Do you not think?
What do you know about me?
Only what your friend Pug here has said.
Doug.
He wants to help.
Yeah? How?
You are an opportunistic man, friend. One who has lost much to the likes of Ignor's lord. As you seek in vain to recover a life taken from you, the gambler in you senses his chance. Change rises like smoke from a smoldering ruin. Tell me, how much will you risk for a change, say?
It's a much bigger cutscene than the other one.
In the Lord's mansion.
Ha! Talk is fine, but it makes no difference. The king chooses his lords.
Such choices can be reneged.
It's weird seeing the characters done in a completely different style.
Become unpopular. Have you not heard the rumors?
About Miguel making friends with those forest cretins? Sounds like something he'd do. Risk his people's lives by letting those things in town, just to get hold of whatever they've got stashed away.
Greed is among your kind's greatest traits.
And I hear he's planning to sever ties with the mountain folk, who will protect us then. Not you mages, that's for sure.
Ah, but like yourself, I have a greater interest. Revolution.
What's in it for you?
Revolution.
Let us say, personal satisfaction. Accept this as a show of good faith. We have a deal in the interest of change.
That's a lot of change. Sure, why not?
Grimace. What's he actually hiring him for?
It's getting late, and I still need to collect that trinicorn horn from the forest and return to the tower before sunrise. Time to revisit the sphere of knowledge.
It's actually like night out time.
A serene vista.
You know, all the previous Quest for Glory games worked at a very specific day-night cycle, and this game very specifically takes place all on the same day, so they just straight up did not do day-night at all, or the passing of time. Except for these, like, trials, which are very clearly Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. Training hall.
Dark, I hear you have completed the second of your trials. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Talk to everybody again.
I am beginning to wonder if the Masters thought these tasks through. You should be on your highest guard there.
So I assume Bloodbark Forest got a level up now, since I have to adventure there.
Do not try to reason with them. It might sound a silly name, but it is given for good reason. Alongside the Flyterians, we have kept the goblins at bay since they took refuge in the forest centuries ago, following the wars. I saw one, many years ago. It came right up to the forest's edge, and allowed me to approach. That's the spirit.
Let's talk to the sphere.
Seeker of power. Master your element. Use your gifts in the hall most sparse. Reveal the scroll.
The hall most sparse. Well, I've already found one in the observation hall. And I think I used it in the reading hall, so let's go to the fountain hall then. Not seeing any way to click on anything though.
So it has come to this. I have little love for the forest. They were once an intelligent race. Their practice cannot be condoned, but we are loath to interfere. There has long existed a tension between our forest neighbors and this tower. It is an old feud. I'm afraid I have little knowledge to impart.
You're useless.
I shouldn't cast that. I can't use.
Is this not the one so sparse? I guess the observation hall would be the other one, but... Alright, try the observation hall. Ooh, it is like darker out.
Casting spells upon other mages. I should not cast.
Yeah, you never cast spells unless there's actually a little thing for it.
I trust no griffins.
Of course not.
I do. That does not sound appealing.
I don't think.
The forest fowls may be a little uncouth, and tend to throw their young out of the nest before they're ready. Despicable creatures. Why in the winds? Those goblins are always mad about something.
Stupid goblins.
I've never seen one up close.
Very funny.
Keep your...
Sparse hall. I don't know. Maybe it's the private hall? Let's go back and talk to Board, I guess. Ooh, somebody left a book on the floor, though.
Ready for round 3?
Something about the forest.
I know just the thing.
Good old Bort. You got a book for everything.
You should. I have made the trip numerous times, and cannot recommend it to you enough. To say they have little regard for nature's balance is an understatement. The path to their camp is only accessible at night. To locate it, head as far into the forest as you can, then travel right until you see twin archer platforms. The camp lies beyond them.
I've seen those platforms before.
It's our fault that the goblins are now fractured and scattered all over East Elliewold. But
Oops.
I have never seen one, but I have read they are gentle beasts at heart.
Study of trinicorns. In the earliest days of fauna research, it was difficult, if not impossible, to explore the forest south of Ignore without being trampled by its heavily hooved herds. Such was the case before communities moved into the area. The humans whose impact on their surrounding are well documented, and the surviving goblin population seeking seclusion from the fallout of the Orkstein Wars. In both cases, few species have shown such disregard of the delicate balance of any given ecology. The goblins, in particular, a clan that refer to themselves as Redcaps, single-handedly threatened one of the most unique species ever sighted, the trinicorn. This intriguing breed, believed to be a cross between unicorns and an extinct ancient relative of birds, represents the perfect balance between beauty and agility. Alas, the trinicorn's days are numbered. The Redcaps' insistence on using fresh blood to renew the coloring of their headwear has resulted in the significant reduction of these and many other rare forest animals. As it stands, one is advised to attempt a glimpse of creatures like the trinicorn before such opportunities pass forever. Okay.
The Ancient Arts of Arson. There's a note sticking out. It doesn't appear to have come from the book.
V. You might be the favorite to win, but consider the past is not forgotten and the flames of history can burn still. If you wish your secret kept safe with no one hurt, you would be wise to reconsider your candidacy. Either I emerge the victor, or neither of us do. Challenge me still, and your mask comes off. F.
Better leave it where I found it.
That's got to relate to Varner, right? Can I talk to him about it?
Should that mean something to me? It sounds like a retired group of fanatics.
I guess not.
Like your... to think... We... I am... That's the spirit.
Something really useful there.
In the hall most sparse. There's only one hall in the tower matching that description.
Which is it then?
I can't return without the trinicorn horn.
The hall most sparse. Private hall's the one I haven't been in. Use my magic somewhere in here. Don't think so.
I did not spend the last 10 just some study notes. I'll just leave.
Maybe to look at your study notes. Have I not just been to all the halls? What the hell is this hall most sparse? There's clearly no way to spend my magic in here.
and destroy a...
Still can't interact with anything in Jonas's place.
It is beyond...
And if I can cast magic, it would always have the little UI symbol on there to let me know I can cast it.
Clouds spiral in the skylight. Jonas, Air Mage.
In the hall most sparse. I don't... Not quite seeing it. Oh, if I just enter a random room? Ooh, okay.
Oh.
What? Cast your spell, you bastard. Why are you not casting a spell?
I should not cast... That wouldn't do much from down here.
Clearly you're supposed to cast something. What the fuck is with this rain?
That would... It's a curious stone box.
Terrible rain.
There's another scroll inside the box. Apparently this hall has a function after all.
I'm too clever for you, game. The empty hall was the hall.
I should show
it to the sphere of knowledge.
Receive your power.
My final spells. Pacify. Pacifies living creatures in the area is my adventure spell, I guess. Combat spell. Stone shield. Absorb direct damage. Enemies sustain a percentage of the damage they inflict upon the caster. Reflect 10% of attack damage. Doesn't sound like a whole lot. Mana depleted per hit. Okay. Swallow. Powerful forces of earth magic cause the very plates of the earth to shift, opening a temporary void into which the targeted foe will fall. Damage instant kill. No loot drops. Cooldown 7 seconds. I can instantly kill people. Well, that's probably handy. This looks like it is the end of my spells. I think we've already talked to everybody, right? So, we're ready to move on. Teleport. Oh, no. Oh, I got an achievement for some reason. To the forest, I guess. Bloody Bark Forest. It is appear to be nighttime outside too, which is interesting. Actually, you know, I should probably go to town and see if have errands for me. Can I still make money? Which stopped kind of being a thing. I have appreciated that I don't actually have to grind skills or grind out money too much. That's been handy. Murder hobos absolutely need loot. That's what they're all about. Disagree. Although I did go through a lot of my health potions with that last one.
I am fully stocked and have no quest for
Aw.
you, young initiate.
I done run out of the quests. That's sad. Guess I could sell some of this shit. That's real sad. Any of you have quests?
I cannot think of anything right now.
Man, late game is no side quests, so I can't make any more money very well.
He has nothing that needs doing.
Oh man. Interesting. I don't need to make too much more money then.
Do you think Minnie will turn up tonight, Fend?
Why don't you say it louder, Pug? They didn't hear you in the manor.
Do you think Minnie will turn...
Pug!
Oh, you two.
That's not a nice place. There are too many insects. Why do they call them red caps?
They dip their caps in the blood of their victims.
They should call them dip caps. That's funny.
Be thankful, Mage, that you don't have to deal with that every day.
What's worse, his personality or your haircut?
You couldn't pay me to go in there. Well, I don't think that's true for some. It wouldn't be too hard to smoke them out of the forest. Nothing you...
Interesting, I can't buy that thing he was selling anymore either. I guess that was
Watch your back out.
Act 2 thing. So I just have to go to the forest and figure out the next quest that I've got. I feel like everything has just kind of gone back the railroad. Which I think I appreciate that. At least if it's going to structure it without the day-night cycle, it does a very particular, like, here's your overarching quest for Act 1, and where you need to be doing things, here's Act 2, and then now I'm in Act 3, so that at least keeps it focused on just certain puzzles rather than have you get too lost or stuck in any particular thing. Also means I'm at a pretty good stopping point right here as we begin Act 3. I am not going to be here on Friday to do my Let's Play, which means D&D is also going to get rescheduled, I think, till Thursday this week. I will try and do also a makeup session of my Let's Play on Thursday as well. Try to, but we will see. But luckily this is a good stopping point regardless. So thank you for joining me for the stream and for watching the recording afterward. I will be back, if not Thursday, then at least next Monday or at some time. I'll be back eventually, some way, somehow, finishing this game. Alright, bye.